All right, what's up? 49ers update time. I got some good stuff on Brock Purdy and Dee Winters for you. Was just wandering around the city. Actually went on a nice long swim, so that was fun. Getting ready to leave town, but have a few more nuggets for you here and there. The Purdy connection is a cool one. First things first, though, quick thought on Brandon Ayuk. I saw TJ Houshmandzadeh, his wide receivers coach, mentioned that about a couple months ago, Brandon Ayuk was very optimistic that something was close to getting done. Now he's a little less optimistic, and I feel it's exactly in line with what I had been saying over the last couple shows, that what happened with Justin Jefferson has created polarization in the negotiation between Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers, and in general between receivers looking for deals right now and the teams that they're looking for deals from. So that's CeeDee Lamb and the Cowboys, Jamar Chase, the Bengals. Like I said, it was just the deal was such an outlier for Justin Jefferson that players are going to want to get closer to that deal. Teams aren't going to want to get any closer to it. It wasn't one of those deals that naturally moves the receiver market along. It was one of those deals that creates polarization and it increases the chances of a standoff. I think we're really going to need to see deadline pressure to move this along. Remember, the 49ers hold the cards. The 49ers are the team that has Brandon Ayuk under contract for 2024. They don't have to artificially raise the price. They can go nuclear with this option. So we'll see how that all turns out. But this is an update on Brock Purdy and Dee Winters. Just recorded this, so go ahead and watch for the first time.
All right, how about we start this one from the Dolphin Club and have a listen to what Fred Warner had to say about 49ers second-year linebacker Dee Winters.
Yeah, I think Dee's probably had, the best OTA out of anybody on the team. I feel like he's come along since last year. I remember he came in as a rookie, was struggling to learn the plays and, trying to get in shape and all those little things that you got to learn as a professional, and has come in this year and just been on it, making plays left and right. He came in great shape this OTA, and so he set himself up to have a great training camp. He's going to train hard this kind of summer training and have a chance.
So that was from the man himself, Fred Warner, thinking that Dee Winters has really set himself up for training camp, and it's fair to wonder what exactly that means. Does that mean that Dee Winters can actually win the 49ers linebacker 2 role? Because remember, Dre Greenlaw is almost certainly going to miss the first 4 games of the season. That's going to be the minimum amount of time that he has to miss on the physically unable to perform list. So if Dre is out, the 49ers obviously signed Devondre Campbell. He was an all-pro 2 years ago, but I think some of his coverage ability has diminished. So there's a chance that there's a real opening here for Dee Winters, not just for that linebacker 3 spot, but for that linebacker 2 spot behind Warner to begin the season. Now, Winters is not a big linebacker, but that doesn't really matter these days. It's more about speed, and he is extremely fast. Runs the 40 in under 4.5. That was the top percentile at a time for Dee Winters. And Brad Graham put up this video from the 49ers preseason game against the Raiders last year, and you can just see Dee Winters flying to the football. That's what the 49ers absolutely need at the linebacker position. That's the skill set that the 49ers need at linebacker. Guess what? Dee Winters played a ton of positions in high school, and he was recruited to TCU as a safety. When you look at the 49ers linebackers, so many of them have DB backgrounds. Fred Warner at BYU played kind of a star-like position at that nickelback spot. Obviously, somebody like Demetrius Flanagan-Foles was a safety himself back in college at Arizona. And then you have the case of Dre Greenlaw, who was actually the fastest player on Arkansas's defense as a linebacker. So speed, if you're looking to replace Dre Greenlaw, if you're looking to fill in for him, Dee Winters definitely has that. Sam's Burgers, iconic spot right in between North Beach and Chinatown. They told me today that a lot of people actually come in to check out the Candlestick mural and some of the new 49ers articles up on the wall because they watch this show. So that was neat. But this is, at least according to Anthony Bourdain, one of the top 3 burgers in the world. And I take Anthony Bourdain's word for it. It truly is good. All right, we're going to continue our walk. Remember, this is my last time in San Francisco here for quite a bit of time. Headed to the airport right after this here in the city because it is the dead of the off season. We're not yet at training camp, and we have passed that OTA period here in the spring of 2024. So while we're on the topic of the city and the 49ers, I have to mention the random occurrence that I stumbled into last night. San Francisco Fire Department, station number 13. Brock Purdy's number, they've got Brock Purdy's jersey inside the 13 jersey, and they want Brock to come by and say hi to all the guys. Fire Station 13, SFFD. So we're gonna try to make it happen. We're gonna try to have Brock come in and check out Fire Station number 13. By the way, they've got the 13 jersey of other Bay Area athletes. One famous number 13 was the San Francisco Giants' Cody Ross. Cody Ross had those 2 home runs against the Phillies in Game 1 of the NLCS in 2010, Giants' first World Series victory in San Francisco. That was obviously a huge series win, but he stayed hot throughout the entire postseason. It turns out that the World Series parade for the Giants, it started very near Fire Station number 13. Cody Ross came in and gave him a signed jersey, and it's now still up in the fire station. So Brock Purdy comes by, maybe his number 13 jersey at San Francisco Fire Department station number 13 will also be signed. I think that's a cool note to head into this offseason. The coverage will not stop. You don't have to worry about that. We'll be wandering around some of the cool alleys of Chinatown in San Francisco. We'll be showing you good stuff from around the world here over the course of the next month and a half. More 49ers analysis will be coming. More food analysis will be coming. We'll tie it all together.
Yeah, we'll tie it all together. We got George Kittle there at the subway station. Bart coming through Powell Street. So anyway, Fire Station number 13. I think that's what it's all about connecting community and sports. That sports are supposed to bring community together, and they're pumped up. Those guys at Fire Station 13, they take a trip to a 49ers road game every year. It might be Green Bay this season. So that's right before Thanksgiving. I think that would be a really nice one for them to go to. And I just stumbled on that. I'm walking by and I see the 13 jersey. First, I saw the Steph and the Clay poster. You probably saw that in the video. Then I saw the 13 jersey. Then they took me around. They showed me around the place, and the Cody Ross signed jersey was really neat because, as I said, the parade route for the Giants started right there. If the 49ers win a Super Bowl and they have a parade, then it's going to go down Market Street as well. So that would be right near Fire Station number 13. Quick look at the 49ers roster right now. This is what it looks like entering the offseason. They made a couple smaller moves to accommodate the signing of Logan Thomas. Raymond Johnson III, one of the defensive linemen, was released. But they're at exactly 90 as far as 90 players who count against that total. Isaac Alarcon replaces Alfredo Gutierrez as the 49ers international exception. But that's the update on Purdy, the cool Fire Station connection, and Dee Winters, who, when I look at this roster, I do think that Dee has a good shot to be the 49ers second linebacker. Right now, I have him in there as the 49ers fourth, but that counts Dre Greenlaw. Greenlaw not going to be available for the start of the season. And then, so you have Winters as maybe the top candidate to push Devondre Campbell. And you saw the video that Brad Graham posted from the all 22 of that Raiders game last year. The speed is the one really coveted trait of 49ers linebackers, because speed can lead to coverage ability, but it also leads to the ability to erase certain offensive plays from sideline to sideline. When you play a wide 9 with a defensive line, there's going to be space in between the defensive linemen. There's going to be a lot of space that linebackers have to eat up. So speed is such a coveted trait. And the 49ers have invested a lot in linebackers, a lot more than their division. That might be one of the reasons why they have such an edge of the NFC West. So Dee Winters is the next part of that investment. I know that he was a 6th round pick, but as 49ers fans know, where your pick doesn't really matter. It's how you perform. And the fact that Fred Warner was so complimentary of Dee Winters, I thought was something really special, because Warner won't just go out and say that for nothing. He even said that he had the best OTAs out of anybody on the team. Now the question wasn't, about linebackers, so I don't know if he was responding to that, but the thing he said, the best OTAs out of anyone on the team, I thought that was notable from Fred Warner. All right, I have a time for a couple questions before I go to the airport. I'm running up right to the limit right now. How are we going to get Brock to go there is one of the questions. We just bring it up to Brock. We could just see what he says. Maybe Brock will watch the channel and be like, I want to go check out fire station number 13. Could be good. Sounds like Dre got pumped up. I think you misspelled Dre and tried to run out when D was making plays after D made an interception the other day. Yeah, that did happen. It's a little bit of concern. It's like, Dre, hey, take it easy. You're coming back from a torn Achilles. You saw Parag Marathe. Did you say hi to him? You ask him how Leeds United, ownership of the soccer club, is going. Hopefully you said hi to Parag. Eric says the Niners hit in the late rounds. Oh, that's good. That's awesome. What'd he say? We'll have a conversation with Parag here through Pharrell Quadra on the chat section of the show. I've got a big piece coming out on the 49ers salary cap tomorrow, and how Parag and his team, Brian Hampton, Jeff Diamond, have the 49ers are up to $32 million in salary cap space. So they've created 2024 space while paying Christian McCaffrey and Jawan Jennings. It ties into the whole Brandon Ayuk strategy. It ties into the Purdy strategy. It's something that I would hope that you guys do read tomorrow. Prediction on Pearsall targets next year. Well, they got to get this Ayuk situation resolved, or even if they don't resolve it to Ayuk's liking with a new contract, we'll see if he shows up and starts practicing and playing for the team this year. And at that point, we'll see how loaded the 49ers are. It's going to depend on who's available, not only through injuries. But I do think that Pearsall could have a solid target load. I do think he could be a third down outlet out of the slot. And I think he's going to line up everywhere over the course of his career, but I think they're probably going to start him working a lot in the slot so he can work against some smaller defensive backs just as he strengthens as a rookie. And if that's the case, there could be a nice, healthy target load for Ricky Pearsall. But sorry, I can't give you fantasy football advice because I don't play fantasy football. He's a good job on the contracts with McCaffrey. That's what Farrell told Parag. I didn't bring up the BA contract because he was enjoying the farmer's market. Yeah, that's probably a good call. That's funny. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that San Francisco Fire Department connection. I thought that was neat. A little community tie for Brock Purdy. And obviously, Dee Winters, the very complimentary words from the captain, Fred Warner. We'll talk to you soon.